Welcome back to the channel, everyone. CryptoTakeOver here, coming back with a Bitcoin cryptocurrency video for you today. We have Bitcoin falling almost 11%, given the recent sell-off here. As you can see, basically implement some type of double spending that has occurred, possibly triggering this event. But then also we have a, I believe, oh, can I view this right now? Well, Jeanette Yelling, which is another advisor for the new financial system, she's been basically taking part in this possible breakdown of BTC2 as well, with the implementation that crypto is used for, basically bad activities on the web. But this is also another big article here, the double spending. So we're going to take a look at this and then jump over into the charts and go ahead and get started. So let's see what's going on and cue that intro. All right, folks. So what we have here is Bitcoin fell as much as 11% on Thursday after a report from BitMEX Research suggests that a critical flaw called double spend had occurred in the Bitcoin blockchain. Double spend is a highly feared scenario where users able to spend their Bitcoins more than once. A double spend event has not been confirmed, and BitMEX has given mixed messages. Yeah, and so this is just more manipulation, folks. I mean, honestly, you're getting a double spend article coming out from BitMEX. Are you serious? Like, BitMEX is the leader in manipulation, especially when it comes to these derivative exchanges and one-to-one, leverage contracts too as well. I mean, they're just going to find ways to manipulate this price no matter what. Bitcoin fell as much as 11% on Thursday, hitting its lowest level in nearly 3 weeks as a popular cryptocurrency was hit with a double whammy that jointed faith in its user base. First, Jeanette Yellen, President Joe Biden's nominee for Treasury Secretary, suggested during her confirmation hearing on Tuesday that lawmakers curtail the use of Bitcoin because of its use of illicit activities. And second, the unconfirmed report of BitMEX Research on Wednesday suggested that critical flaw called double spend had occurred in Bitcoin's blockchain. And so, one bad article after another, and that's kind of what we're seeing here. So that definitely had a big price on Bitcoin's move to the downside today as well. Double spend is when someone is able to spend the same Bitcoin twice. It is feared and dire scenario for digital assets, and blockchain was brought to have solved the issue with Satoshi Nakamoto published a Bitcoin white paper in 2009. And obviously during the that published white paper, Satoshi did talk about not being able to double spend, and that being obviously one of the issues when it comes to the finances as of right now with big banking. Earlier attempts to launch digital cash system were ultimately halted by vulnerabilities that could have enabled double spending and undermined faith in the system. BitMEX Research tweeted that it appears as if a small double spend of around $21 was detected. BitMEX later said it appeared that the double spend was actually an RBF transaction. I don't know what the RBF means. I know what RBF means in another term when the girl gives you the RBF, but which is when an unconfirmed Bitcoin transaction is replaced with a new transfer paying. Okay, which is when an unconfirmed Bitcoin transaction is replaced with a new transfer paying higher fee. But BitMEX Fork Monitor said that no RBF free bumps have been detected. BitMEX said in another tweet, a transaction in a losing chain sent the $21 BTC address, and transaction in a winning chain which spent the same inputs only so much to this address. If the double spend did in fact occur, it could be a fatal blow to the popular cryptocurrency, indicating that a flaw Nakamoto set out to solve remains in a vulnerability that could crush confidence in the asset. Meanwhile, institutional investors continue to gain exposure to Bitcoin. Filings with the Securities and Exchange Commission on Wednesday said BlackRock had enabled 2 of its mutual funds to invest in the cryptocurrency. Yeah, so big hit here. But I do think that this is probably just FUD being implemented in the market, possibly by BitMEX as well too. They are basically known as one of the biggest derivative exchanges, leverage exchanges on the markets too as well. And obviously they're going to find ways to manipulate these prices when it comes to some of this stuff too as well. And the Jeanette yelling also being another incentive for the Bitcoin price to actually fall off too as well. So we actually had a bearish scenario planned out on the charts too as well. So we'll go ahead and jump over to the charts and go ahead and take a look at that here too as well. All right, folks, so what we're looking at here is our larger time frames. We're looking at the 2-day chart to start us off with. Let's go ahead and zoom out here. Okay. Bitcoin price sitting at 31,700, so right underneath $32,000 or so. And what we're seeing here is this the Bitcoin price obviously taking a nice little hit here. We've been keeping a close eye on the 2-hour chart, and our 2-hour chart did give us our bearish scenario breaking below this trend line. We did have that test and then a bounce, and tried to bounce back during inauguration, and then after inauguration we just completely sold off. So we did get out of all of our positions. I did give the signal that this didn't look good at all to our Patreon member group too, and they could have taken a short here if they wanted to. I was a little hesitant to short this market, but obviously you could have shorted it if you wanted to, and possibly made some nice money here off of this trend line break. So yeah, we're definitely looking for some lower price target areas. I have those price targets already given to my Patreon members too as well, but everything is on Discord, so if you join our Patreon membership, make sure that you give me your Discord username, and I can get you all set up in the Discord server too as well. But what we're kind of keeping a close eye on is possibly the 2-day chart. We've been holding support on the 21 EMA here, which is right at about $30,000 or so. And more than likely, we want to look for support here. If not, we're going to probably see another big sell-off into the 20K range. That 20K area would be holding nice support for us, possibly high 20s to low 20s somewhere. I would say mid 20,000s to low 20,000s is definitely a good range for us to probably come back down and retest. We do have one of our logarithmic extensions here, or logarithmic charts, that an indicator that we use at $29,000 or so. So if we did see a retest back down there, that wouldn't be too unlikely. That Bitcoin usually during its bull market trends usually likes to retrace up to almost 35% sometimes. So right now we're sitting at about a 26, more or less like a 26, 27% retracement. If we are to retrace back down all the way maybe to 35% or so, we're looking at numbers right about $27,000. But that's not our super bearish target. We do have another bearish target that's even further below that too as well. But we'll just have to kind of keep a close eye on things and see how this wants to turn out. We could also take a look at the weekly 21 EMA and see where that's sitting at about. The weekly 21 EMA is sitting right underneath $21,000 or so. And that would be a pretty big retracement, honestly. That would be a lot more than 35%. That would be pretty scary for the most part. But that's more of a super bearish case scenario if we are to retrace back down that low. We have seen the dominance chart also take a nice plunge, falling out of our wedge pattern here too as well to the downside, trying to make a nice recovery with our descending wedge here too as well. But overall, Bitcoin's just looking like it doesn't have a lot of momentum behind it right now. So we'll have to wait to regain some of that momentum moving into the later weeks, probably going on into the end of January. So a lot of the options calls we're hoping for $50,000, but a lot of the times whenever they put that news out there, most of the time it just gives an incentive for people to sell off, and it's definitely people get a little bit too bullish and too greedy. That's the time to perfectly sell off too as well. So yeah, the daily is still looking like we maybe want to make a bounce here with our momentum waves on Cipher B, but it's still probably going to take a little while for us to consolidate. We want to see a nice little recovery start to happen before we anticipate higher numbers for Bitcoin. As of right now, I'm thinking it's probably going to take about going into the weekend, and then let's see what happens over the weekend with Bitcoin, and kind of digress it from there, and digest this big sell-off, and we'll be keeping everyone up to date. We're going to take a look at Ethereum here just for a second, see what's happening with Ethereum. Holding nice support on the 21 EMA here, right at about the 1100 area or so. So yeah, this Ethereum is still looking like it wants to hold support on the 21 EMA as well. So you know that if we start to break below the 21 EMA on the daily, we're looking for definitely lower numbers. But Bitcoin's still holding support on the 2-day 21 EMA, and so that's going to be our next price target to kind of keep a close eye on. Hopefully we can hold support here. If not, then we're going to be looking for lower numbers and possibly a little bit more of a sell-off. And you know, Bitcoin likes to retrace sometimes during these bull market trends up to 35%. So we got to be ready for these pullbacks and be ready to buy the dips when they are to occur. It's going to give us a great opportunity, but also, you know, I still believe that 2021 is going to be a good time for cryptocurrency as a whole. So these pullbacks are going to happen, folks. It is what it is. We just got to be ready to be there to buy the dips whenever they are to occur and be ready to dollar cost average into this market. If you want to learn more about some of our altcoins that we are getting into on a weekly basis, check out our Patreon page and join us in our Discord server. So I highly appreciate everyone that's been in support of us. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to our Patreon members here really quick. So give a little thanks to everyone here. So shout out to Jordan, 2020 Cool Cat, David, Jasmine, Johnny 20, William, Angelo, Quentin, Ben, Eric, Samuel, Tall, Troy, Tim, Luna, Sean Stein, Greg, Hyru, Yor, Pike379, and Paul A. Keller. I really appreciate all the support, everyone. So I will see y'all on the next one. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We make videos every single day on Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market. So with that being said, until later, CTO signing out. Peace.